kidding me? Okay, do that. Alright. Just load it up. Okay. Believe we are ready. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first time playing the Stanley Parable. I'm gonna get right into it. I've heard that it might be a horror game. I still don't know for sure, but I guess we're gonna find out. First, no, I haven't. Until the computer is barely visible. Oh God. I can still see it there. Oh Jesus. It is not AM right now. 3 AM, Devil's Hour. Okay. I've heard this might be a horror game. I do not know for sure, as I have said. What? Yo, these screens are crazy. Dude, I can still see it running on the screen on the I can still see it running on the screen. Inside of the screen. Inside of the screen, bro. That's crazy. Alright, let's go, though. Never the end. This is never the end. Never the end. Okay, skip, I guess. I don't know what that was. Oh, God. Alright,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's that at? Right here? Oh. Where's the meeting room at? I'm just gonna follow the open doors.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's one of those games, huh? You're gonna give me the Cold War treatment, you know? Cold War, where you have to pick between the left cave and the right cave? It's one of those treatments, huh? I'm already not liking this narrator, so I'm gonna take the door to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That don't look like the employee lounge. Where's that at? That don't look like it either. Oh.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yeah.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Can I have a soda,
Stanley
please?
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, I really want a drink, please. Can I have one, please?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
This is a nice room, man. A lot of coffee cups. What do they say?
At this point,
Fuel.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why
Sojo.
everyone left.
Coffee nut. I'm gonna read all the
Stanley
cups. I
sat
couldn't
around
care
waiting
less.
for more dialogue. But
Number
when a long
one
time
dad.
had passed and there was no more, He decided that the game was trying to
Number
send
one
him a
mother.
message.
I can't tell what that one says. Oh, these are really comfy. Huh. It's a pretty interesting clock, you know? A quartz clock. My favorite clock.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Whoa. This is sick.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whoa. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion, will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift 1K. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. Huh.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
It said I would be fine 5K. Oh. My office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I think
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know, I think I might follow the rules this time. I think that might be smart.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Whoa. Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Excuse me? Ah. That's cool. Room closet. Am I just... up?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I think I'll go back upstairs. It's pretty bright outside, don't you think? Ooh, what's this doors? Executive. Yo! Yo, I can't use the toilet. Is that Listerine? Don't know why the doors are so creaky. Oh! I don't want no fun. I really wonder how they got that camera up there. Jesus. What's in here? Is that a suicidal panda? Ooh. Now, do I really want to? Yeah, I do. Let's go up. Don't know. I thought I was already on the top floor, but okay. Yo, future produce this, yo. It's fire, bro. Is the narrator singing over this? Oh, God. Oh. I'm back. Is that Agent 47? Okay, I think I'm...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
They locked me in here. Oh God.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Did I just break?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Yay! Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated.
Did you just kill me?
As the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Yo, it's my room, look, bro.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I go down here, then I go down here, and then I go down here, and then there's two doors. And then I go to this door, and then yeah. Ooh. This way didn't have a sign. I'm gonna go this way. Ooh. You think? Ah. So I just had to click on a door a bunch of times. Is that a banana phone? Oh. What happens when that hits 0? Do I die? Nothing. Huh. Bro, I could've went to a vent, bro. What do I do here? Ah.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see?
What did I do?
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things
I was
cannot be
literally
seen.
adjusting my chair.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Guys, I might have to turn off my play. I should have just turned off the PlayStation. I should have just turned off the PlayStation. Can I do something here? How am I supposed to complete the game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room.
There's apparently a vent.
What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
There's supposed to be a vent back there, but okay.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I thought I was about to get ran over. What?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
You want me to use my tea bags, or...
Suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
think I might just pause the game. I have to eat, so. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna have to end stream so I can eat, yo.